Okay, funny story. My wife was listening to my podcast the other day. Yes, she does that. And she said, "What's this thing called Whatnot you keep talking about on your podcast? Are you shopping without me?" Yes, I am. I'm cheating on you. It's called Whatnot. It's live shopping with chat, and it's a lot of fun. Look, I coach a lot of people online. I coach people to make money online. Most don't know how to do it. And I have been telling a few lately to go to Whatnot, see what they're doing, and give it a try. If you're a Whatnot seller, you really shine, and your people find you. And that's a big deal because if you're selling online, they need to find you for you to make money, right? And then they become repeat customers because they see your face, not just your logo. Whatnot is the largest dedicated live shopping platform, whether it's beauty, it's collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies. Yep, cookies. Sellers are building real thriving businesses. Anyone can do it too. Some people on Whatnot are selling, get this, 10 times as much as they do on other major marketplaces. And you don't know this, but Whatnot buyers spend more than an hour on the app every day. They're not browsing. That's why they call them buyers. They're buying your stuff. So here's how it works. You go live, you showcase your products, and you earn real income. Search Whatnot, Whatnot, in the App Store, download, and you can start selling right away. So I've been talking about the glasses I ordered from Zenni Optical, my sponsor. Now, I've never ordered glasses online before. I didn't trust it, to be honest. But mine had a scratch, and Zenni was my sponsor, so I kind of sort of had to do it, right? I mean, I can't tell you about it if I haven't done it. So my previous thinking was, prices are too cheap. These can't be good. I'm not going to like them. I'm picky. I take that back. Mine costs about $70, and I can't tell the difference from the $500 pair I purchased 2 months ago. By the way, my wife likes them too. She said they look good on your face, and I want some too. And at about $70 or less, I can buy them. I am surprised, and I'm a customer. Zenni Optical has prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, all starting at under $30. Go to Zenni.com, pick a frame, upload your prescription. They'll ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And Zenni has that virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frames look on your face, and that is very cool and confidence building. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now it's time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out pretty quick, so don't sit on this. Go to Zenni.com/podcast, promo code podcast15.
This is the Daily Boost Podcast with Scott Smith.
Yes, it is. Come on in here. Twisting that dial, making you smile. The radio guy never gets out of me. I'm sorry. So have you ever, been doing your job or doing something, you feel like it's going really well, but you just can't get beyond that guy, or something's happened, you're kind of stuck, you're kind of in a cage? Happens a lot, and kind of a specialty of mine getting out of that cage. I'm digging in today to help you get out of yours, okay? Good to have you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Middle of summer. I'm sitting here right now, just to let you know, let's paint a picture. In the beautiful Daily Boost studio here. I'm sweaty, just got back from the gym and the sauna. I had a great conversation. I'll share a little bit about that with you in a second here. And my wife is out front right now. She is mowing the lawn. It was a master move on my part about 2.5 years ago. You know, I had that hip replaced. And she just started doing it to help out because it was a little bit challenging for me back then. And she never stopped. And I never asked her to. I feel kind of bad about that. Anyway, good to have you. So the conversation is sauna. Let me set this up for you today. If you've ever felt stuck, felt, why is that guy getting ahead? Why can't I get ahead? All that kind of stuff. I had a conversation in the sauna today, and I just asked the kid, he's 29 years old. I asked him, I said, what are you reading? He had a book, The Talent Code, something that's been out for a long time, and just said, I'd like to educate myself. And I said to him, I said, are you really good at where you are? He goes, yeah, I am. I can't seem to get ahead. I can't seem to break out of it. I said, well, what do you want to do? You want to go to C-suite? He goes, hell yeah. I want to climb up the company. He's 29, right? He's got all that fire. He's going after it. I said, you feeling kind of trapped? He says, yeah. I said, it's good it's happening at 29 years old because usually it happens at about 43 or 45 in that area. I see it all the time. It happens to me. It's happened to me over the years. Never quite knew how to deal with it. So you'll hear me joke, and it's not a joke. It's who I am. I call myself the nicest renegade you'll ever meet. Now, what that means, I'm a nice guy. I really am. I think you're a nice person. I like to do the right thing. I like to play by the rules mostly. I like to think if I just put my head down and get stuff done, it'll happen. But every now and then, I've got to get the renegade side in a very positive way for me, not a mean way. I just need to push a little bit and innovate. And have you ever noticed that when you do that, when you're being nice with your head down, you don't get what you want. But when you put your head up and be a little renegade, sometimes you get the pushback and you don't like it. That's what was happening today. So I was chatting with him about that. I said, this is where you are, and you're there right now. I'm not going to tell you what he did or how he worked, but he very much is in a place, really, I would say, sitting in one of the most valuable positions he can have. He's like the only guy who can do that job. Extremely valuable for cash flow and everything in the company. On one side of him is one group of people, and the other side is another group of people, and he's the guy in the middle. And the only guy who can do it, although he could train somebody, but right now he's doing that job. And while he does that, the better he does it, the more he's stuck. For so many reasons. And I've seen this so many times in my life and felt that thing. And I just happen to have this particular trait about myself that, Scott's going to sit here and be very consistent and do what I do. You'll hear it in this podcast. You'll see it in how I run my business. If you pay attention, and a lot of you have, what's he doing? Well, I get tired of being trapped in a certain place, of having the algorithm tell me what to do or somebody else tell me what to do. I just get tired of it. And one day I say to hell with it. And the renegade comes out and I go shake things up. I shaked it up here this week. I changed my opening of the podcast. I don't care what anybody thinks. I like it. People say, what are you doing? Renegade's out, man. So here's what's going on. You ready for this? Number one, I want to tell you, this is actually a full chapter in my book. That's why I know this so well. It's actually a theme throughout the entire book, which will be out here in a couple of months. It was based on a fairly deep psychological principle you don't hear talked about very often, but it's one that I just noticed out there that is a problem. See, when you're in the world that I'm in, the coaching and more the advisory mode, I'm a coach who kind of will coach you to work on you. I'm an advisor who will tell you what to do. That's what I do. I break all the rules. I don't really care. 15 years ago, they would have banned me from doing this. But today it's like, no, I'm going to work on you and tell you what to do. What you'll find is something that some people will refer to as the curse of competency. Now, usually when I say that phrase, you get it right away. The curse of competency, you're so good, you can't get the raise. You can't be promoted. You're so good that you stay where you are. You're so good, you're trapped. And when you try to break out of it, it's like you feel bad about it, right? What are you doing? You're so good at what you do. Why are you making that change? Happens all the time. And it really happens when you're mid-career, maybe in your 40s, because you're trying to step up. You're trying to get up that, like my friend, my 29-year-old trying to get the C-suite, right? You want to rise up, but man, if you push to rise up, there's a real problem because the person who's just above you, you are the very reason that they're successful. Your competency is what makes them so good at what they do. And as Benjamin Hardy says, hire the who. Well, you're the who, and you're so good at what you do, you're trapped under the other who on top of you. Happens all the time. So there's a lot that we have to do to kind of get beyond this. Again, a kind of a deep psychological concept, and it's something that becomes a communication specialty. When you look at it and you say, how do I get through this? It becomes how to communicate properly to navigate this territory. I do that stuff a lot, man. I really do. So instead of the curse of competency, I really took this down to love. And I called it the loving cage. The loving cage is very simply is this. And it's very outside, imagine a circle, a ring of circles, like concentric circles, okay? On the very outside of the circle, you're going to find where you are useful for what you do. You're filling a slot. And if you're filling a slot, you're giving somebody else power. You're valuable to them, at least in that capacity. You're not valuable to them for you. You think you are. I'm the only one that can do this. They may or may not know that. Doesn't really matter. All they know is you're doing that thing, and you're just going to, that's where you got to stay. This is a hard place to be. Because until you become a little renegade like me, it's going to be difficult for you to break out of that. And I'm not saying be mean. You got to be nice all the time, but you got to navigate it for sure. If you're feeling that way right now, it's simply because, again, no villain here. There's no bad guy. You're good at what you do. They're good at what they do. This is the situation that it is, but how do you get out of it? That's another podcast, but think about that at least. Start there today. So if we go down one more level, we get to the point of where people actually do love you. It's your wife, it's your kids. It could be somebody in the office who really loves you, really has your back, right? They love you so much that they're going to keep you from doing what you want to do. They love you so much that they want to protect you. They want to be around you doing what you do. That's who you are. And man, that's a trap sometimes. Have you felt that one? I feel it with my wife. I feel it with my daughter. When I'm doing something and doing it well, and I say, yeah, but I really kind of want to do it this way. Why? You're so good at that. Happens all the time, man. This loving cage is truly a cage, but these are bars that you built around yourself. There's no villain, there's no issue, there's no problem. It's just you need to understand this. In fact, every single day when I live my life, I walk through my day, probably one of the first things I've ever done. When I named this a loving cage, I thought that's the silliest name ever. And suddenly my personal clients started giving me that term back, and suddenly I found myself every single day using this concept in my day-to-day life. Whenever anybody has a conversation with me, I say, what level of cage am I at right now? And what do I have to do about it? So we know the first one. It's about the slot you fill just being a you, right? Just not even a you, just a what? A thing that does your thing, right? And then the middle, people actually love you, and that's where they love you for you. By the way, I spend a lot of time helping my clients work through this. It's a core that we do. It's one of those things. If we want clarity in things, we have to go through this. So my job is very simply give you the key to the cage. That's it. And until you figure out the key to the cage, you're going to stay stuck where you are. Bottom line. I want you running towards something, not stuck where you are, running towards something. I help you with this. One short conversation. I have coaching openings right now. Send a note, coaching@motivationtomove.com. You can go to motivationtomove.com, look at the coaching page, whatever you want to do. Do it fast. This will fill up quickly, and I will take you, grab you, shake you a little bit, clear this up for you, and figure out where you want to go. We're going to take you there. Coaching@motivationtomove.com. I was on a call with a client the other day talking about sleep issues, something we do, and he said, my biggest issue is sleep. But I hear you talking about that Helix sleep on your podcast. To be honest with me, do you think it will help me? I get he's saying be honest, right? But Helix is my sponsor. But yes, I sleep on their mattress. And while it may not be obvious, I said I sleep on their mattress. I didn't sleep on the old one that I had. I said, buy Helix. Give it a try. They have a 120-night sleep trial and limited lifetime warranty. You have nothing to lose. Remember those days you used to go to the mattress store and buy from the mattress guy and hope and pray that it worked? And I mean, the pain was real. If you didn't get it right, your bank account and your back hurt for the next 10 years. We don't do that anymore. Look, Helix has a website. Check it out. They'll tell you everything that I can't tell you right now. I know because I went there to get my Helix mattress. They've got their warranty. Helix delivers your mattress right to your door with free shipping in the U.S. And before you know it, you're snoring, sleeping like a baby, not a husband. Listen, this is my second Helix mattress. I won't tell you what brand I got rid of because I got another Helix. You're going to like it. Go to helixsleep.com/dailyboost for 27% off site-wide exclusively for listeners of the Daily Boost. That's helixsleep.com/dailyboost for 27% off site-wide exclusively for you. helixsleep.com/dailyboost. What's the final place? The final place is the inner circle, if you will. Right there in the bullseye. So we know that some people love you for the thing you do. We know that some people love you for you, but what about you there, buckaroo? I suppose in the coaching world that this would be called limiting beliefs. What do you believe you are? What does your identity tell you you are? The things that you say, this is who I am. I want to do this. I love who I am. I love what I do. I've always done this. You love yourself so much that sometimes you just do it because you can't think of doing something else. Even though you wake up in the morning thinking, man, I want to do something else. I get people all the time. They're doing a job. They love it so much. They feel like their competency is being used. They're the best in the world at what they do. And you ask them, well, would you do it if you just didn't have to? You had, somebody gave you $50 million and you're just free to do whatever you want to. And usually, honestly, this happens all the time. Hell no, I wouldn't do it. I'm like, wait a second. You spend all that time telling me this is who you are? But if I give you enough cash, hell no, you wouldn't do it. You do something else. And I said, what would you do? And they're like, I don't know. That's your problem. You're in love with what you've done. In love with your competence. You're good at what you're doing. You love it, the whole thing, right? But you don't know what's on the other side of it. So it is truly a loving cage. People love you. You love it. Everything about it. There's no bad here. You never graduate from it. You don't. It's your whole life. But when you become aware of it, it's like they say, you can't unsee this. If you walk through today and just start saying it, everybody you run into, every situation that happens, so you have a meeting at work and you start thinking, man, they love me for me. No. They love me for what I'm doing. And even more importantly, they're fearful because if I don't feel that love and I move on, their world falls apart and they don't get what they get. It's all connected, guys. You got it? Got it. Good. All right, let me get out of here. Coaching@motivationtomove.com. Get in touch. Let's talk.